Hidden within this audiobook are the timeless secrets that visionaries have relied on to shape their realities and achieve extraordinary transformations. As you listen, you'll uncover the profound knowledge that demonstrates how your beliefs hold the ultimate power to reshape your life. The question is, are you ready to unlock this hidden wisdom and step into your limitless potential? Chapter 1. Unlocking the mind's power. The human mind holds an extraordinary power, a force capable of shaping the very fabric of reality. Yet, this power often remains untapped, locked behind the walls of self-doubt and unconscious habits. Every thought you have, every belief you carry, radiates energy into the universe, creating a ripple effect that shapes the circumstances of your life. The question is not whether this power exists, but whether you are ready to harness it. To truly unlock the mind's potential, you must first understand its role as both the architect and builder of your reality. Your thoughts act like seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Whether you are aware of it or not, these seeds take root and grow into the conditions that surround you. Think of the times you've worried about something incessantly, only to see your fears materialize. Or perhaps, in rare moments of clarity and confidence, you've noticed how effortlessly opportunities seem to align in your favor. This isn't coincidence. It is the mind's innate ability to manifest your dominant beliefs into tangible outcomes. One such story is that of Marcus, a man who, like many of us, was unaware of the silent power shaping his life. Marcus spent years chasing success, working tirelessly at a corporate job that left him unfulfilled. He often told himself, "This is just how life is. Hard work, little reward." His thoughts, though unnoticed, were shaping the reality he experienced every day. It wasn't until Marcus stumbled upon a small, worn book in an old library that his perspective began to shift. The book spoke of the mind as a mirror, reflecting back the thoughts it was fed. This simple concept sparked a transformation. As Marcus delved deeper into the book's teachings, he learned about the connection between thought and reality. One passage stood out. The world outside you is a reflection of the world within. He began to question his own internal world. What beliefs had he been feeding his mind? What seeds had he planted without realizing it? Marcus started an experiment. He would replace his daily thoughts of frustration and limitation with ones of gratitude and possibility. At first it felt unnatural, even forced, but he persisted. Within weeks, subtle changes began to emerge. Marcus noticed that he felt less drained at work, and his interactions with colleagues improved. Opportunities he had once overlooked now seemed to present themselves naturally. It was as if the world had shifted, but in reality it was Marcus who had changed. His thoughts were no longer the weeds choking his potential, but the foundation of a new, flourishing reality. The lesson Marcus learned is a universal one. The mind's power lies in its ability to focus. Whatever you consistently think about expands. When your thoughts are dominated by fear, doubt, or anger, those emotions grow and manifest in your life. Conversely, when you focus on abundance, joy, and gratitude, your external world begins to reflect those states. This isn't magic or mysticism, it's the natural law of energy and attention. Unlocking the mind's power begins with awareness. Most people operate on autopilot, unaware of the thoughts that dominate their minds. Take a moment to observe your internal dialogue. Are you encouraging yourself, or are you your own worst critic? Awareness is the first step to change. Without it, your mind will continue to create your reality based on outdated, unexamined patterns. Once you are aware of your thoughts, the next step is to take intentional control of them. Marcus discovered the power of intention by starting each day with a clear focus. He would write down a single positive statement and repeat it throughout the day. "Today, I will find joy in my work." This simple practice directed his mind's energy toward what he wanted to experience, rather than what he feared. Another tool Marcus embraced was visualization. He would close his eyes and imagine his ideal day as if it were already happening. He visualized himself smiling at work, receiving recognition, and returning home feeling fulfilled. These mental images weren't just fantasies, they were blueprints for the reality he wanted to create. Visualization, paired with intention, became his daily ritual. Emotion is the final ingredient in unlocking the mind's power. Thoughts alone are like seeds, but emotions are the water and sunlight that help them grow. Marcus realized that pairing his visualizations with feelings of gratitude and joy made them far more powerful. He didn't just think about success, he felt it. He imagined what it would be like to achieve his goals and allowed himself to experience those emotions in the present moment. As Marcus's story illustrates, the mind is a tool, and like any tool, its effectiveness depends on how it's used. By becoming aware of your thoughts, setting clear intentions, visualizing your goals, and infusing your mind with positive emotions, you can begin to unlock its true potential. The power to create the life you desire lies within you, waiting to be harnessed. Now it's your turn to take the first step. What seeds are you planting in your mind today? Will they grow into the reality you want, or will they continue to reflect the limitations of the past? The choice is yours, and the journey begins now. Chapter 2. The Law of Certainty. The universe operates on unshakable principles, and one of the most profound is the law of certainty. This law states that the strength of your belief directly correlates to the reality you create. To manifest what you desire, you must move beyond hope and wishful thinking into a state of unwavering certainty. Certainty is the invisible bridge between imagination and reality. When you believe with absolute conviction, the universe aligns to support your vision. But how do you cultivate this level of belief, especially when doubts linger? To understand the power of certainty, imagine standing on a ledge, preparing to leap to the other side. If you hesitate, even for a moment, your jump might falter, and you'll fall short. But if you commit fully, trusting in your ability to land, you give yourself the best chance to succeed. Certainty is that commitment. It eliminates the energy of doubt and focuses all your intention on achieving your goal. Without certainty, your efforts are divided, and the results reflect your inner conflict. One person who discovered the transformative power of certainty was Sarah, a single mother struggling to provide for her young daughter. Sarah had always dreamed of starting her own business, but the voices of doubt in her mind were relentless. "You don't have the resources," they whispered. "What if you fail?" Those doubts kept her trapped in a cycle of fear and hesitation, but everything changed one rainy afternoon when she stumbled upon an old journal tucked away in a second-hand bookstore. The journal belonged to a successful entrepreneur who had written about the importance of believing in your vision, even when the world around you gives you no reason to. One passage caught Sarah's eye. Certainty is not about ignoring reality, it's about creating a new one through sheer conviction. Inspired, Sarah began an experiment. Every day, she would visualize her dream business as though it already existed. She imagined customers walking through the doors, the sound of laughter, and the sense of fulfillment she felt serving them. She didn't just see it, she felt it. At first, nothing changed. Bills still piled up, and opportunities seemed scarce. But Sarah persisted. The law of certainty requires consistency because belief is a habit, not a one-time act. Slowly, her outer world began to reflect her inner certainty. A neighbor who owned a small cafe offered Sarah the chance to run a pop-up event, testing her business idea without requiring a large investment. That event led to connections, and within a year, Sarah opened her own bakery. The doubts that once paralyzed her were replaced by an unshakable belief in her vision. Sarah's story illustrates a universal truth. Doubt scatters energy, while certainty focuses it like a laser. To harness the law of certainty, you must start by identifying the doubts holding you back. Write them down and challenge them. Ask yourself, is this doubt based on fact, or is it a story I've told myself? Most doubts crumble under scrutiny. Replacing them with affirmations of certainty can shift your mindset. For example, instead of saying, "I hope this works," say, "This will work because I will make it so." Certainty also requires action. Belief alone is not enough. You must align your actions with your convictions. Sarah didn't just visualize her bakery, she took steps toward making it a reality, no matter how small. The universe rewards those who act with conviction. These actions don't have to be monumental. Often they're as simple as sending an email, making a phone call, or showing up for an opportunity. What matters is the energy behind the action. When you act with certainty, the results often exceed your expectations. Another key to cultivating certainty is surrounding yourself with supportive influences. Sarah noticed that spending time with people who doubted her only reinforced her own insecurities. She made the difficult decision to distance herself from negativity and instead sought out mentors and friends who believed in her potential. Certainty is contagious. The more you immerse yourself in environments that foster belief, the stronger your own conviction becomes. Certainty is not blind optimism. It doesn't mean ignoring challenges or pretending problems don't exist. Instead, it's about trusting your ability to navigate those challenges. When doubts arise, and they will, acknowledge them, but don't let them take root. Certainty is a choice you make every day. It's the decision to focus on what you want rather than what you fear. Over time, this focus becomes second nature, transforming your mindset and, ultimately, your reality. To ensure you remain steadfast in your belief, develop rituals that reinforce your certainty daily. Start each morning with a visualization of your goal. Close your eyes and imagine the life you're working toward, engaging all your senses. Feel the emotions as though you've already achieved it. Pair this with affirmations that strengthen your belief. Repeat statements like, "I am capable," or "I trust the process unfolding in my favor." These rituals, when practiced consistently, act as anchors, keeping your certainty unshaken even in challenging moments. Certainty also requires a willingness to adapt. Sometimes the path to your goal may not look like what you initially envisioned. This doesn't mean your belief was misplaced. It's a reminder to trust in the process. Sarah's path wasn't direct. Her first step was a pop-up event, not the immediate opening of her bakery. Yet each step aligned her closer to her dream. The universe often works in unexpected ways, disguised as detours. Embrace them with an open mind and a certain heart. As you reflect on the law of certainty, ask yourself, what would your life look like if you approached your dreams with unwavering belief? What if, instead of doubting, you trusted that every step you take is leading you closer to your goal? The power to create is within you, waiting to be activated by the strength of your belief. The question is, are you ready to embrace certainty and step into the life you've always envisioned? Chapter 3. Visualization as creation. Visualization is often described as the bridge between thought and reality, a powerful tool that turns dreams into tangible outcomes. By creating a vivid mental picture of what you desire, you are essentially drafting a blueprint for the universe to follow. This is not an abstract concept. It's a skill that, when practiced consistently, can yield incredible results. Visualization goes beyond mere daydreaming. It is a deliberate act of imagining your goals as though they have already been achieved. The question is, are you ready to master this tool and take control of your reality? In the bustling heart of a city, a young architect named Adrian wrestled with a lingering sense of inadequacy. Despite his talent and passion, he found himself stuck in an uninspiring job designing mundane projects that left him unfulfilled. Adrian's dream was to create iconic buildings, landmarks that would stand the test of time. But each time he considered pursuing larger, more ambitious projects, doubt crept in. "There's no way they'll trust me with something that big," he thought. His self-doubt became a self-fulfilling prophecy, keeping him stuck in mediocrity. One evening, while exploring a local art gallery for inspiration, Adrian stumbled upon a peculiar painting. The artwork depicted a towering ethereal city, its architecture defying gravity and logic. Beneath the painting, a small plaque read, "The mind builds what the eyes cannot see." Intrigued, Adrian approached the artist, an older man with a calm yet commanding presence. Their conversation that evening would forever change Adrian's perspective on creativity and success. The artist explained the principle of visualization, the act of mentally creating what does not yet exist and feeling it as though it were real. Adrian was skeptical but intrigued. The artist gave him a simple exercise. Each night before bed, close your eyes and visualize your dream project as though it were already completed. Picture every detail, the textures, the colors, the sound of the wind brushing against its walls, but more importantly, feel the emotions of standing in front of your masterpiece. Pride, joy, and a deep sense of accomplishment. The clearer your vision, the artist said, the easier it becomes for the world to align with it. The first few nights, Adrian found it challenging. His mind wandered and doubt often interrupted the images he tried to create. But he persisted, and with each passing day, his visualizations became sharper and more detailed. He began to notice subtle shifts in his mindset. Where he once saw obstacles, he now saw opportunities. His newfound confidence led him to present an ambitious concept to his firm, a design for a cultural center that blended modern innovation with classical artistry. To his surprise, his proposal was met with enthusiasm. That project became the turning point in Adrian's career, propelling him toward the success he had long envisioned. Adrian's story highlights the transformative power of visualization. When you visualize, you are not just imagining a better future, you are actively programming your subconscious mind to work toward it. The subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences. By vividly picturing your goals, you create neural pathways that mirror the experience of achieving them. This makes your desired outcome feel familiar and achievable, reducing the fear and doubt that often accompany ambitious goals. To master visualization, begin with a clear and specific goal. Vague desires yield vague results. Instead of saying, "I want to be successful," define what success looks like for you. Is it a particular job, a lifestyle, or a feeling? Once you have a clear vision, create a mental scene that represents it. For example, if your goal is to own a dream home, imagine walking through its rooms, feeling the textures and hearing the sounds of the space. The more detailed your visualization, the stronger its impact. Emotion is a crucial element of effective visualization. It's not enough to see your goal, you must feel it. Emotions act as a magnet, drawing your desires closer to you. When visualizing, focus on the feelings associated with achieving your goal. How would it feel to hold the keys to your dream home or receive the promotion you've been working toward? Emotions such as gratitude, joy, and pride amplify the energy of your visualization, making it more powerful. Consistency is another key to successful visualization. Make it a daily practice, dedicating just a few minutes each morning or evening to focus on your vision. Over time, this habit strengthens your belief in your ability to achieve your goals. Visualization is not about instant results. It's about creating a mental environment that supports your desires. Just as Adrian discovered, the more natural and effective it becomes. Visualization can also be enhanced through tools and techniques. Vision boards, for instance, are a physical representation of your goals. Collect images, quotes, or objects that symbolize your aspirations and arrange them on a board where you'll see them daily. This visual reminder reinforces your mental imagery and keeps your goals at the forefront of your mind. Similarly, journaling about your visualizations can deepen your connection to them. Write as though your goals have already been achieved, describing how they feel and the impact they've had on your life. While visualization is a powerful tool, it is not a substitute for action. Adrian's success did not come from visualizing alone, it came from aligning his actions with his vision. Visualization primes your mind for success, but it is your actions that bring it to fruition. Use your visualizations as a guide, identifying the steps needed to turn your dreams into reality. Even small, consistent actions can create momentum, transforming your vision into tangible results. Finally, trust the process. Visualization is not about controlling every detail of how your goals will manifest. It's about setting a clear intention and allowing the universe to work in ways you may not anticipate. Be open to unexpected opportunities and trust that your efforts are leading you closer to your desires. Just as Adrian couldn't have predicted the path his career would take, you may find that your journey unfolds in surprising and rewarding ways. As you embrace the practice of visualization, ask yourself, What is the life you see when you close your eyes? What would you create if you believed it was already within your grasp? The canvas of your mind is infinite, and the brush is in your hands. The question is, will you use it to paint the life you desire? Chapter 4. Energy Alignment. Energy flows through every aspect of existence. It connects people, objects, and even thoughts, acting as the unseen fabric that holds the universe together. This energy vibrates at specific frequencies, and these vibrations determine the experiences and outcomes you attract into your life. The principle of energy alignment states that to manifest your desires, your personal energy must match the frequency of what you wish to create. In essence, you cannot attract abundance while vibrating with fear or scarcity. But how can you align your energy with your highest aspirations? This concept was foreign to Ethan, a middle-aged man whose life felt stuck in a perpetual loop of frustration. Ethan worked as a marketing manager for a small company, a job he had initially loved but had grown to resent over the years. He was constantly stressed, overwhelmed by deadlines, and discouraged by a lack of recognition for his efforts. His days began with dread and ended in exhaustion, a cycle that seemed impossible to break. Despite his hard work, Ethan felt as though life was conspiring against him, and his dissatisfaction seeped into every corner of his existence. One evening, after yet another disappointing day, Ethan stumbled upon a podcast discussing energy alignment. The host spoke about the importance of raising one's vibrational frequency to attract better outcomes. "Your life is a mirror," the host said. "If your energy is stuck in negativity, the mirror will reflect more of the same." Skeptical yet intrigued, Ethan decided to give the ideas a chance. "Kathy, I have heard about your wonderful experiences ahead." He realized he had nothing to lose and everything to gain by experimenting with this concept. Ethan began by paying attention to his thoughts and emotions throughout the day. What he discovered shocked him. His internal dialogue was overwhelmingly negative. He would criticize himself for minor mistakes, anticipate the worst outcomes, and replay past failures in his mind. It was no wonder his energy felt so low. He was constantly feeding it with fear, anger, and self-doubt. Armed with this awareness, Ethan set out to change the way he interacted with his own thoughts. The first step in energy alignment is recognizing the vibrations you are currently emitting. Emotions like fear, anger, and frustration carry low frequencies, while emotions like gratitude, love, and joy vibrate at much higher levels. Ethan learned that by consciously shifting his emotional state, he could begin to raise his energy. He started small, practicing gratitude each morning by listing 3 things he appreciated. Initially, this felt forced, but over time, it became a habit that genuinely lifted his mood. In addition to gratitude, Ethan began incorporating mindfulness into his daily routine. He set aside 10 minutes each morning to meditate, focusing on his breath and allowing his thoughts to settle. This practice helped him to release the mental clutter that had been weighing him down. Through meditation, Ethan discovered that much of his frustration stemmed from worrying about things outside of his control. By learning to let go, he found a sense of peace that had long eluded him. Energy alignment is not just about internal changes, it's also about the external environment. Ethan realized that his workspace, cluttered and dimly lit, was contributing to his low energy. Inspired to make a change, he decluttered his desk, added plants, and positioned a small lamp to brighten the area. These simple adjustments made his environment feel more uplifting and inviting. As his workspace improved, so did his outlook. Ethan felt more energized and focused, a shift that began to reflect in his work. Another important aspect of energy alignment is physical movement. The body and mind are deeply connected, and physical activity can have a profound impact on your vibrational frequency. Ethan, who had been largely sedentary, decided to take up yoga. He found that the combination of movement and breath work not only improved his physical health, but also helped him release tension and elevate his mood. Each session left him feeling lighter, as though he had shed a layer of stress. As Ethan's energy began to shift, so did his external circumstances. His colleagues started to notice a difference in his demeanor. He seemed calmer, more approachable, and even inspiring. Opportunities that had previously seemed out of reach began to present themselves. Ethan was offered a chance to lead a major project, an opportunity he might have overlooked or dismissed in the past. With his newfound energy and confidence, he embraced the challenge, and his work received widespread recognition. Ethan's journey highlights an essential truth about energy alignment. The universe responds to your vibrational frequency. When you emit low frequencies, you attract experiences that match those vibrations. But when you raise your energy to higher frequencies, you align yourself with abundance, joy, and opportunity. This is not about pretending that challenges don't exist. It's about choosing to focus on the possibilities rather than the limitations. To practice energy alignment, begin by identifying the emotional states you most frequently experience. Are you often stressed, anxious, or frustrated? If so, consider the thoughts and situations that trigger these emotions. Awareness is the first step in breaking the cycle of low-frequency energy. Once you have identified these triggers, consciously shift your focus to emotions that raise your vibration. Gratitude is a powerful tool for this. By focusing on what you appreciate, you redirect your energy toward abundance. Another effective technique is visualization. When you visualize your goals, engage all your senses and imagine the emotions you would feel if they were already achieved. Visualization, combined with elevated emotions, creates a powerful energetic signal that aligns you with your desires. For example, if your goal is to achieve financial independence, visualize yourself enjoying the freedom and security it brings. Feel the gratitude and joy as though it were already your reality. Your environment also plays a crucial role in your energy. Surround yourself with people, spaces, and activities that uplift you. Limit your exposure to negativity, whether it's from people, media, or even your own habits. Create a space that reflects the energy you want to attract. This might mean decluttering, adding elements that bring you joy, or simply ensuring that your surroundings are clean and organized. Physical movement is another key to energy alignment. Activities like yoga, dancing, or even a brisk walk can help release stagnant energy and elevate your frequency. Pay attention to how your body feels during and after these activities. Movement not only boosts your physical health, but also clears emotional and mental blockages, creating a sense of lightness and flow. Finally, remember that energy alignment is an ongoing process. It's not about achieving a perfect state, but about consistently choosing to elevate your energy. There will be days when low-frequency emotions resurface, and that's okay. The key is to recognize them without judgment and take steps to shift your energy. Over time, these practices become second nature, creating a positive feedback loop that continually raises your vibration. As you embrace the principle of energy alignment, ask yourself, what energy are you bringing into your life? Are your thoughts, emotions, and actions aligned with the reality you want to create? The power to attract your desires lies within you, waiting to be unlocked by the choices you make each day. The question is, will you choose to align your energy with the life you envision? Chapter 5. Breaking Limiting Patterns. We often hear that our biggest obstacle to success is ourselves, and nowhere is this more evident than in the limiting patterns that shape our thoughts, actions, and decisions. These patterns, rooted in beliefs formed over time, act as invisible barriers, preventing us from achieving our true potential. Breaking free from these limitations is one of the most liberating steps on the journey to manifesting the life you desire. But how do you identify and dismantle the beliefs and behaviors that no longer serve you? For Mia, a talented musician, the idea of success felt like a distant dream. Although she performed regularly at local venues, she avoided opportunities to expand her career, believing she wasn't good enough. Every time she thought about submitting her work to record labels or auditioning for larger gigs, a voice in her head whispered, "You're not ready, you'll only embarrass yourself." These thoughts, subtle yet persistent, kept Mia trapped in the cycle of self-sabotage. One day, Mia attended a workshop on personal growth, hoping to find inspiration. During a group exercise, participants were asked to write down a belief that held them back. Mia hesitated, but then she wrote, "I'm not good enough." Seeing those words on paper struck her deeply. She realized this belief had guided her decisions for years, shaping her actions, or lack thereof, positively. The facilitator explained that limiting beliefs are often formed in childhood, based on experiences or comments from others. They are not facts, but stories we tell ourselves. For Mia, this realization was the first step toward change. To break free from limiting patterns, the first step is awareness. Like Mia, you must identify the beliefs that are holding you back. Start by paying attention to the thoughts that arise when you consider pursuing a goal. Do you tell yourself that success is out of reach, or that you lack the skills or resources? Write these thoughts down without judgment. Awareness transforms these beliefs from unconscious influences into visible obstacles you can address. The next step is to challenge these beliefs. Ask yourself, is this belief true? Where did it come from? Does it serve me? In Mia's case, she traced her belief to a comment a teacher made when she was a child. The teacher, frustrated during a rehearsal, had said, "You'll never be a real musician if you don't practice more." While the comment was likely intended as constructive criticism, Mia had internalized it as a judgment on her talent. Once she recognized the origin of her belief, she could see it for what it was, a subjective opinion, not an absolute truth. Replacing limiting beliefs with empowering ones is a transformative process. Mia began affirming her worth as a musician, telling herself, "My talent grows with every performance," and "I deserve to share my music with the world." At first, these affirmations felt unnatural, but she repeated them daily, eventually replacing her old narrative with a new, empowering story. Affirmations work by rewiring the subconscious mind, gradually shifting your self-perception and opening you to new possibilities. Breaking limiting patterns also involves taking action, even when fear persists. Mia decided to face her doubts head-on by submitting her work to a local record label. She was terrified of rejection, but she reminded herself that staying stuck was worse than failing. To her surprise, her submission was well received, and she was invited to collaborate with other artists. This experience reinforced her belief in her abilities and gave her the confidence to pursue bigger opportunities. Action creates momentum, and momentum reinforces belief. When you take steps toward your goals, no matter how small, you begin to see evidence of your potential. This evidence challenges your limiting beliefs and replaces them with empowering ones. For Mia, each performance, collaboration, and new opportunity became a building block in her journey, dismantling the walls she had built around herself. Another tool for breaking limiting patterns is visualization. Imagine the life you would live if your limiting beliefs didn't exist. Picture yourself achieving your goals with ease and confidence. Engage all your senses, see, hear, and feel the success you desire. Visualization helps you shift your focus from limitations to possibilities, creating a mental blueprint for the life you want to build. Mindfulness is also a powerful ally in this process. By staying present, you can observe your thoughts and behaviors without becoming entangled in them. When limiting beliefs arise, acknowledge them, but don't let them dictate your actions. Instead, choose thoughts and actions that align with your goals. Over time, mindfulness weakens the grip of old patterns and strengthens your ability to create new ones. Your environment plays a significant role in shaping your beliefs and behaviors. Surround yourself with people who support and inspire you. Limit your exposure to negativity, whether it comes from others, the media, or even your own habits. Create an environment that reflects your aspirations and reinforces your new beliefs. For Mia, this meant seeking out mentors, attending workshops, and immersing yourself in communities of like-minded musicians. Breaking limiting patterns is not a one-time event, but an ongoing journey. There will be moments when old beliefs resurface, but each time you challenge and replace them, you weaken their hold on you. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and trust that each step brings you closer to your goals. As you reflect on your own journey, ask yourself, what beliefs are holding you back? What patterns no longer serve you? The power to break free lies within you, waiting to be unleashed. The question is, are you ready to rewrite your story and step into your full potential? Chapter 6. The Emotional Connection. Emotions are the hidden engine of manifestation, fueling the thoughts and beliefs that shape your reality. While thoughts and intentions set the direction, emotions determine the intensity and speed of your progress. They are the vibrational force that amplifies your desires, bridging the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Harnessing the power of emotions isn't just about feeling good, it's about aligning your emotional state with your goals to create a life that reflects your deepest aspirations. This was a lesson Ava, a corporate lawyer, learned during a time of deep personal frustration. Despite her professional success, Ava felt a persistent emptiness she couldn't shake. She was financially secure, respected by her peers, and admired by her family. Yet, happiness eluded her. "What's wrong with me?" she often wondered. No matter how much she achieved, it never felt like enough. Her days were filled with stress and a sense of disconnection, leaving her longing for a deeper sense of fulfillment. Ava's turning point came during a retreat focused on emotional well-being. One exercise involved identifying the dominant emotions participants experience daily and comparing them to the emotions they wanted to feel. For Ava, the disparity was glaring. Her life was dominated by stress, frustration, and obligation, while her ideal emotions were joy, peace, and gratitude. The facilitator explained that emotions act as magnets, drawing experiences that match their frequency. To change her life, Ava needed to change her emotional state. The first step Ava took was becoming aware of her emotions in real time. She began tracking her feelings throughout the day, noting what triggered stress, anger, or frustration. This awareness allowed her to identify patterns. For instance, she realized that her morning routine set the tone for her entire day. Rushing through breakfast, answering emails before leaving the house, and battling traffic left her in a constant state of tension. By shifting her routine to include a few moments of calm, such as journaling or meditating, she began each day with a sense of intention and ease. To harness the power of emotions, it's essential to understand that they are not random, they are responses to your thoughts and beliefs. Negative emotions like fear or frustration often stem from beliefs that something is lacking or wrong. Positive emotions like joy and gratitude, on the other hand, arise when you focus on abundance and possibility. By shifting your focus, you can consciously cultivate emotions that align with your goals. Gratitude is one of the most potent emotions for raising your vibration and attracting positive experiences. Ava began practicing gratitude by listing 3 things she appreciated each evening. Initially, it was challenging. Her mind defaulted to stress and complaints. But with persistence, she found that gratitude shifted her perspective. She started noticing the small joys in her day: a kind word from a colleague, a beautiful sunset, or a moment of laughter with a friend. These moments, though small, added up, transforming her emotional state over time. Visualization became another powerful tool in Ava's journey. Each night, she would close her eyes and imagine herself living her ideal life, focusing on the emotions she wanted to feel. She pictured herself smiling as she worked on projects she was passionate about, enjoying meaningful conversations with loved ones, and waking up excited for the day ahead. The more she practiced, the more real these emotions felt, creating a sense of anticipation and joy that spilled into her daily life. Ava also learned the importance of releasing negative emotions. While it's natural to experience anger, sadness, or frustration, holding on to these feelings can create energetic blockages. She began practicing techniques like deep breathing and journaling to process and release emotions that no longer served her. By acknowledging her feelings without judgment and letting them go, Ava freed herself from the weight of past experiences and opened space for new possibilities. Another key aspect of emotional alignment is choosing environments and relationships that support your desired emotional state. Ava realized that some of her relationships drained her energy, while others uplifted her. She made the difficult decision to distance herself from people who perpetuated negativity and instead cultivated connections with those who inspired and supported her. Surrounding yourself with positivity is not about ignoring challenges, but about creating an environment that reinforces your emotional growth. Physical movement also plays a vital role in emotional health. Emotions are stored in the body, and activities like yoga, dancing, or even a simple walk can help release tension and elevate your mood. Ava took up running, finding that the rhythmic movement and fresh air helped clear her mind and boost her energy. Each run became a form of meditation, allowing her to process emotions and reconnect with herself. As Ava's emotional state improved, so did her external reality. Opportunities she had overlooked in the past now seemed to appear effortlessly. She began working on projects that aligned with her passions and found deeper fulfillment in her relationships. Her transformation was not a result of luck or chance, but a direct reflection of the emotions she cultivated. By aligning her emotional state with her desires, Ava became a magnet for the experiences she had longed for. The lesson Ava learned is one that applies universally. Emotions are the language of the universe. They communicate your vibrational frequency and influence the outcomes you attract. By consciously choosing emotions that align with your goals, you send a powerful signal to the universe, inviting experiences that match your energy. This doesn't mean suppressing negative emotions, but rather acknowledging them, processing them, and shifting your focus to what feels good. To integrate the power of emotions into your life, start by identifying the feelings you want to experience. Write them down and reflect on what actions or thoughts can evoke those emotions. Practice gratitude daily, even for small things, and visualize your goals with the emotions of already achieving them. Release negative emotions through mindfulness, journaling, or physical activity, and surround yourself with people and environments that support your growth. As you embrace the emotional connection to manifestation, ask yourself, what feelings dominate your days, and how do they align with the life you want to create? The power to shape your reality lies not just in your thoughts, but in the emotions that fuel them. The question is, are you ready to harness this power and live a life guided by joy, gratitude, and possibility? Chapter 7: Repetition and Reprogramming. The human mind thrives on patterns and repetition. Every habit, belief, and action you take is a result of the neural pathways that repetition has forged over time. These pathways shape how you see the world, how you respond to it, and ultimately what you manifest in your life. The principle of repetition and reprogramming is simple. To change your reality, you must change the patterns embedded in your mind. This requires deliberate repetition of thoughts and actions aligned with the life you want to create. Lucas, a 34-year-old graphic designer, found himself stuck in a frustrating cycle. Despite his talent and creativity, he struggled to land high-paying clients and felt undervalued in his work. He often thought, "I'll never stand out in this industry. There are too many people better than me." These thoughts, repeated daily, became his reality. The clients he attracted undervalued his services, and he hesitated to market himself for fear of rejection. What Lucas didn't realize was that his external struggles were a mirror of his internal patterns. One evening, while scrolling through a professional forum, Lucas stumbled upon a discussion about mindset reprogramming. A user shared how they transformed their career by using affirmations and visualization daily, despite feeling doubtful at first. Intrigued, Lucas decided to give it a try. He started by writing down affirmations that countered his limiting beliefs. "I am a sought-expert designer. My work is highly valued," he wrote in his journal. At first, these statements felt like lies, but he committed to repeating them every morning and night. The key to reprogramming the mind is consistency. Neural pathways are strengthened by repetition, much like muscles during exercise. The more Lucas repeated his affirmations, the more his subconscious began to accept them as true. He noticed subtle changes in his behavior. He started speaking about his work with more confidence, raising his rates without hesitation, and pursuing opportunities he would have previously ignored. These shifts, though small at first, began to compound, creating a new trajectory for his career. Repetition works because the subconscious mind learns through exposure. Think about a song you didn't initially like but eventually found yourself humming after hearing it repeatedly. Your mind is wired to adopt what it encounters often. This is why advertisers repeat slogans and jingles. They know the power of repetition to embed ideas into your subconscious. By applying this principle to your own goals, you can program your mind to align with the reality you want to create. To harness the power of repetition, start by identifying the beliefs you want to adopt. Write down affirmations that reflect these beliefs in the present tense, as though they are already true. For example, instead of saying, "I want to be successful," say, "I am successful and thriving." The present tense signals to your subconscious that this belief is your current reality, prompting it to adjust your thoughts and actions accordingly. Visualization is another powerful tool for reprogramming the mind. Lucas incorporated visualization into his routine by imagining himself meeting with dream clients, presenting his work, and receiving enthusiastic praise. He would close his eyes and immerse himself in the experience, engaging all his senses to make the scene feel real. Visualization relies on repetition to create lasting change. The more Lucas visualized success, the more natural it felt, and the more confident he became in pursuing opportunities. Habits are a cornerstone of reprogramming because they reinforce the neural pathways you want to strengthen. Lucas realized that his daily habits were reinforcing his old patterns of doubt and procrastination. To change this, he started setting aside 30 minutes each day to focus on professional development, whether by learning a new skill, networking, or refining his portfolio. These small, consistent actions not only improved his skills, but also signaled to his subconscious that he was serious about his success. The people and environments you surround yourself with also play a significant role in repetition and reprogramming. Lucas noticed that some of his colleagues perpetuated a mindset of scarcity, often complaining about the lack of opportunities in the industry. To counter this, he began connecting with professionals who shared a growth-orientated mindset. Their optimism and encouragement reinforced his new beliefs, creating a supportive network that fueled his progress. Breaking old patterns requires patience, as the subconscious mind resists change initially. There were days when Lucas doubted himself and felt tempted to revert to his old ways of thinking. But each time he reminded himself that consistency was key. He treated each setback as an opportunity to recommit to his affirmations, visualizations, and habits. Over time, these practices became second nature, replacing the old patterns that had once held him back. As Lucas's mindset shifted, so did his external reality. He began attracting clients who valued his worth and paid him what he was worth. His confidence and creativity flourished, leading to projects that showcased his full potential. The career he once thought was out of reach became his reality, all because he chose to reprogram his mind through deliberate repetition. The principle of repetition and reprogramming is universal. Whether you want to improve your career, relationships, health, or personal growth, the process remains the same. Identify the patterns holding you back, replace them with empowering beliefs, and reinforce these beliefs through consistent action. Over time, the new patterns will become your default, creating a reality that reflects your highest aspirations. To begin this process, ask yourself, what beliefs and habits are shaping your current reality? Are they aligned with the life you want to create? If not, what new beliefs and actions can you adopt to shift your trajectory? The power to reprogram your mind lies in your hands, waiting to be activated through repetition and consistency. The question is, are you ready to commit to the process and step into the life you've always envisioned? Chapter 8. The Art of Surrender. Surrender is one of the most misunderstood concepts in manifestation. To many, surrender implies giving up or accepting defeat, but in reality it is one of the most powerful tools for creation. The art of surrender is about releasing attachment to how and when your desires will manifest, trusting the process, and allowing the universe to work in its own mysterious ways. It's not about abandoning your goals, but about letting go of the anxiety and control that often block their realization. This lesson was one that Priya, a small business owner, learned during one of the most challenging periods of her life. Priya had poured everything into her handmade jewelry business, working tirelessly to grow her brand and reach a wider audience. But despite her best efforts, sales were inconsistent and financial pressure mounted. She often found herself obsessing over every detail, whether her social media posts were perfect, if her website looked professional enough, and if customers were noticing her work. The stress became overwhelming, leaving her feeling burned out and hopeless. One evening, after a particularly frustrating day, Priya confided in a close friend. Her friend, who was a life coach, asked her a simple question. What would happen if you stopped trying to control everything and trusted that things would work out? The question felt like a slap in the face. Priya was someone who prided herself on being proactive and detail-orientated, even reckless. Such a move could make her simply the target of cautious barology. But as the days passed, she couldn't shake the question. What if her need to control every aspect of her business was actually holding her back? Traditionally, the principle of surrender begins with trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the process, and trust in the universe. Priya decided to test this idea by focusing on what she could control while releasing her grip on the things she couldn't. She set a simple rule for herself: spend a set amount of time each day on her business and then let go. No obsessing over metrics late into the night, no endlessly tweaking her website. Instead, she used the extra time to relax, meditate, and reconnect with the joy that had inspired her to start her business in the first place. At first, this shift felt unnatural. Priya worried that by doing less, she was sabotaging her chances of success. But as she continued, she noticed something remarkable. Opportunities began to arise in unexpected ways. A local boutique reached out, asking to stock her jewelry. A satisfied customer posted about her brand on social media, driving a wave of traffic to her website. These weren't results Priya had planned or controlled, but they felt like the universe responding to her willingness to surrender. Plan standa, battery, seizi. The art of surrender doesn't mean abandoning effort, it means balancing effort with trust. Imagine planting a seed. You prepare the soil, water it, and ensure it gets sunlight, but you cannot force it to grow. Your role is to nurture the conditions for growth and then step back, trusting nature to do the rest. Similarly, in manifestation, your job is to take aligned action, while trusting that the universe will handle the timing and details. One of the keys to surrender is recognizing when your attachment to an outcome becomes counterproductive. Priya realized that her constant worrying wasn't helping her business, it was draining her energy and blocking her creativity. By letting go of the need to control every aspect of her work, she created space for inspiration and opportunities to flow naturally. Surrender doesn't mean apathy, it means trusting that your desires are being taken care of, even when you can't see immediate evidence. Surrender also involves releasing the timeline you've imposed on your goals. Often we want results on our terms and in our time, but the universe operates on its own schedule. Priya's friend reminded her of the concept of divine timing, the idea that everything happens at the right time and in the right way. While this can be frustrating for those of us used to instant gratification, it's a reminder that patience is a crucial part of the manifestation process. A practical way to practice surrender is through mindfulness and meditation. Priya began incorporating mindfulness into her daily routine, spending a few minutes each morning focusing on her breath and letting go of her worries. This practice helped her to stay present and release the need to constantly analyze or predict the future. Meditation also became a tool for visualizing her goals while simulating releasing attachment to how they would manifest. Instead of focusing on specific steps, she concentrated on the feelings of joy and fulfillment she wanted to experience. Another essential element of surrender is gratitude. By focusing on what you already have, you shift your energy from lack to abundance. Priya started keeping a gratitude journal, listing 3 things she was thankful for each day. This simple practice helped her to appreciate the progress she had made and trust that more was on the way. Gratitude reinforces the belief that the universe is already working in your favor, making it easier to let go of control. As Priya continued to practice surrender, she found that her life became less stressful and more enjoyable. She began to see her business not as a source of pressure, but as a creative outlet that brought her joy. This shift in perspective not only improved her well-being, but also made her work more appealing to customers. Her authenticity and passion shone through, attracting the right people and opportunities effortlessly. The art of surrender is a balance between intention and trust. It requires you to set clear goals, take aligned action, and then release your attachment to the outcome. This doesn't mean giving up. It means trusting that the universe has your back and that everything is unfolding as it should. When you surrender, you create space for miracles to happen, space for the unexpected opportunities, connections, and insights that lead to success. As you reflect on the art of surrender, ask yourself, what are you holding on to too tightly? What would happen if you let go of your need to control every detail and trusted the process? The power to create lies not in force, but in flow. The question is, are you ready to surrender and allow the universe to guide you toward your dreams? Chapter 9. Aligning with Universal Timing. Timing is everything. In life, opportunities often seem to appear at the perfect moment, while at other times, even the best-laid plans fail to come to fruition. This is not a coincidence, but a reflection of universal timing, the natural rhythm and flow of events. Aligning with this timing means trusting the process, being patient, and acting when the moment is right. By tuning into this flow, you open yourself to opportunities you might otherwise overlook and allow your desires to manifest in harmony with the universe. Sophia, an aspiring novelist, learned the importance of universal timing through a series of unexpected events. For years, she had worked tirelessly on her debut manuscript, pouring her heart and soul into every page. She dreamed of landing a publishing deal that would launch her career. But after receiving rejection letter after rejection letter, maybe it's just not meant to be, she thought. As doubt began to creep into her mind, she had done everything right, polished her manuscript, reached out to agents, and followed all the advice she could find. Still, success eluded her. Feeling defeated, Sophia decided to take a step back. She put her manuscript aside and allowed herself time to focus on other aspects of her life. She traveled, reconnected with old friends, and pursued hobbies she had neglected during the years she had spent writing. To her surprise, stepping away from her goal didn't feel like giving up. It felt like giving space. During this time, she stumbled upon a local writers' workshop, an event she never would have attended had she been laser-focused on her submissions. The workshop was transformative. Sophia met a literary agent who was impressed with her ideas and encouraged her to revise her manuscript with fresh insights. This encounter reignited her passion for writing and gave her the confidence to approach her work with a new perspective. The timing, as it turned out, had been perfect. 7 years later, the publishing company Hardcover became Nils's best-selling series. The timing, as it turned out, had been perfect. Sophia's experience highlights an essential truth about universal timing. Sometimes, what seems like a delay is actually a preparation period. The universe operates on its own schedule, not ours, and aligning with this timing requires patience, trust, and adaptability. Pushing too hard or trying to force an outcome can create resistance, while stepping back and allowing things to unfold naturally often leads to better results. One of the keys to aligning with universal timing is recognizing the signs and signals that the universe provides. These signs often come in the form of synchronicities, unexpected coincidences that point you toward the next step. For Sophia, attending the workshop was a clear example of synchronicity. Paying attention to these moments can help you identify when the time is right to act and when to step back. Another important aspect of aligning with timing is patience. It's easy to become frustrated when progress seems slow or obstacles arise, but these moments often serve a purpose. They may be teaching you a lesson, redirecting you toward a better path, or giving you the time you need to grow into the person who can fully embrace your desires. Patience is not passive. It is an active state of trust and readiness. To cultivate patience, practice mindfulness. Focus on the present moment, rather than fixating on the future or dwelling on the past. Sophia found that journaling helped her stay grounded and reflect on what she had already accomplished. By shifting her focus from what she lacked to what she had, she was able to appreciate the journey rather than obsess over the destination. Another way to align with timing is to embrace flexibility. The path to your goal may not look the way you imagined, and that's okay. Sophia initially believed that submitting her manuscript directly to publishers was the only way to achieve her dream. But when that path didn't work, she remained open to new possibilities, leading her to the workshop that ultimately changed everything. Flexibility allows you to adapt to unexpected opportunities and trust that the universe is guiding you toward the best outcome. Trust is at the heart of universal timing. This means believing that the universe has your best interests at heart, even when things don't go as planned. Trust doesn't mean abandoning your goals. It means releasing the need to control every detail and allowing the process to unfold naturally. Sophia's decision to step back wasn't a sign of giving up. It was a sign of trust. By creating space in her life, she allowed the universe to work in ways she couldn't have anticipated. Another practice that can help you align with timing is visualization. While it's important to focus on your goals, avoid fixating on a specific timeline. Instead, visualize the emotions and experiences you want to manifest, trusting that they will come to you at the right time. Sophia visualized herself holding her published book and sharing it with readers, not worrying about when or how it would happen. This mindset kept her motivated and aligned with her desire without creating unnecessary pressure. Gratitude is also a powerful tool for aligning with timing. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you raise your vibration and create an energy of abundance. Sophia started keeping a gratitude journal, listing 3 things she appreciated each day. This practice helped her shift her focus from what wasn't working to what was, reinforcing her trust in the process. As Sophia's story shows, aligning with universal timing doesn't mean sitting back and doing nothing. It means taking inspired action when the moment feels right and trusting that delays and detours are part of the journey. Her success wasn't the result of a rigid plan. It was the result of staying open, flexible, and attuned to the opportunities that presented themselves. As you reflect on your own journey, ask yourself, are you resisting the natural flow of events, or are you aligning with the timing of the universe? What would happen if you trusted that everything is unfolding exactly as it should? The power to align with timing lies in your ability to balance action with trust, creating a life that flows effortlessly toward your desires. The question is, are you ready to embrace the rhythm of the universe and step into the life that awaits you? Chapter 10. The Blueprint of Action. Manifestation is often seen as a process of thinking and feeling your way into a desired reality. While thoughts and emotions are crucial, they must be paired with action to complete the manifestation blueprint. Action is the bridge between your internal world and the external outcomes you wish to create. Aligned action, steps taken with intention and clarity, propels your desires from vision to reality. Now, without it, even the clearest intentions and most vivid visualizations remain unfulfilled potential. Liam, a talented but hesitant writer, understood this lesson the hard way. For years he dreamed of publishing a novel. His ideas were rich, his concepts vivid, yet he never seemed to move past the planning stage. "I'll start tomorrow," he'd tell himself, or "I need more research before I can begin." Weeks turned into months, and months turned into years, with Liam still holding on to an unwritten dream. He was waiting for inspiration to strike, for the perfect moment to begin. But the perfect moment never came. Axel Barmer's fate. One day, during a casual conversation with a friend, Liam heard an analogy that changed his perspective. His friend, a painter, said, "A masterpiece starts with a single brushstroke. It's not the first stroke that matters. It's the willingness to begin." Those words stuck with Liam, challenging his notion that action required perfect timing or conditions. What if progress didn't hinge on waiting for inspiration, but on simply starting? The lightning The first step in aligned action is recognizing that perfection is not a prerequisite for progress. Like Liam, many of us wait for the ideal circumstances before taking action, fearing failure or imperfection, but in doing so we stall the very momentum needed to achieve our goals. Aligned action doesn't mean having all the answers. It means trusting that clarity will come through the process of doing. Liam decided to set aside his fears and commit to writing for just 15 minutes each day. His goal wasn't to create a perfect draft, but to build the habit of showing up. At first, the process felt clunky and uninspired. Liam's inner critic was loud, pointing out every flaw and questioning whether his work was worthwhile. But as the days turned into weeks, something shifted. Those initial 15 minutes began to stretch into hours. Ideas started to flow, and the joy of creating replaced the fear of inadequacy. Liam realized that action, no matter how small, generated the momentum he had been waiting for. Aligned action requires more than just effort, it requires clarity and intention. This means focusing on actions that directly contribute to your goals, rather than getting caught up in busyness for the sake of feeling productive. Liam had previously spent countless hours researching, organizing and planning, convincing himself he was working toward his dream. But it wasn't until he started writing that he truly began to move forward. Aligned action is about doing the work that matters, not just the work that feels safe or comfortable. Hence, another important aspect of aligned action is learning to recognize and seize opportunities. The universe often responds to your intentions by presenting pathways you may not have anticipated. Liam's breakthrough came when a colleague mentioned a local writing competition. At first he dismissed the idea, doubting his readiness, but something inside him nudged him to take the leap. He submitted a short story, and while he didn't win, the feedback he received gave him invaluable insights and renewed confidence in his abilities. Taking aligned action also means embracing the possibility of failure. Fear of failure often paralyzes us, keeping us stuck in inaction. But failure is not the opposite of success, it's a stepping stone toward it. Each misstep provides valuable lessons, refining your approach and bringing you closer to your goals. Liam's journey was no exception. There were days when his writing felt uninspired and projects he poured his heart into didn't receive the recognition he hoped for. Inbreeding over the weight of depression, he opted for more skydiving, purposely changing his destination every time he fell. Aligned action also involves breaking your goals into manageable steps. Large ambitions can feel overwhelming, making it difficult to know where to start. By breaking his novel into chapters, and those chapters into scenes, Liam made the process feel achievable. Each completed section became a small victory, fueling his motivation to continue. This approach applies to any goal, whether it's starting a business, improving your health, or building a relationship. By focusing on the next step, rather than the entire journey, you make progress tangible and manageable. Support systems can play a crucial role in maintaining aligned action. Liam surrounded himself with people who encouraged his efforts and held him accountable. He joined a writers' group where members shared their progress and provided constructive feedback. This sense of community helped him stay focused and motivated, especially during challenging times. Having people who believe in your vision can make the journey feel less daunting and more rewarding. One of the most powerful aspects of aligned action is its ability to build momentum. When you take consistent steps toward your goal, no matter how small, you create a positive feedback loop. Each action reinforces your belief in your ability to succeed, which in turn inspires further action. Over time, this momentum becomes unstoppable, carrying you toward your desires with increasing ease. As Liam's story shows, aligned action is not about perfection or waiting for inspiration. It's about showing up and doing the work, even when it feels difficult or uncertain. His novel, once a distant dream, became a reality because he chose to move beyond planning and into doing. The process wasn't always smooth, but it was always worth it. To incorporate aligned action into your life, start by identifying one step you can take today, no matter how small. Whether it's writing an email, making a phone call, or dedicating 15 minutes to a project, take that step with intention and trust that it will lead to the next. Over time, these small actions will compound, creating the momentum you need to achieve your goals. As you reflect on your own journey, ask yourself, what actions are you avoiding because of fear or doubt? What small step can you take today to move closer to your dreams? The power to create lies in your willingness to act. The question is, are you ready to take the leap and bring your vision to life? Chapter 11. The Ripple Effect. Every action, thought, and emotion you emit into the world creates ripples, unseen waves that extend far beyond what you might imagine. This phenomenon, often referred to as the ripple effect, is a powerful reminder that your energy, intentions, and decisions influence not only your life, but the lives of others. Understanding and harnessing the ripple effect allows you to become a conscious creator, not just for yourself, but for the greater good. When you align your actions with purpose and positivity, the impact of your energy multiplies, returning to you in unexpected and transformative ways. A clear example of this can be seen in the story of Elena, a high school teacher who initially felt her role was limited to her classroom. Elena taught history with passion and dedication, but she often questioned whether her efforts truly mattered. "I'm just one person," she thought. "What difference can I make?" Her students, often preoccupied with their own struggles, didn't always seem to value her lessons. Not that these were the only issues facing people. This sense of futility weighed heavily on her, making her doubt her ability to inspire change. Everything changed for Elena after an ordinary lesson on historical movements. She decided to experiment by introducing a project on how individuals can create change within their communities. To her surprise, one of her students, Liam, became deeply engaged. He chose to research environmental activism, which sparked a personal interest in reducing waste at the school. With Elena's encouragement, Liam organized a recycling program that soon gained momentum among students and staff alike. What began as a simple classroom assignment grew into something far greater. The school's recycling program reduced waste by 30% within a year, inspiring other schools in the district to adopt similar practices. Liam, now a confident and driven young leader, shared his experience with local media, drawing attention to the impact of small initiatives. Seeing this transformation, Elena realized that her influence extended far beyond her immediate surroundings. The ripple effect of her guidance had set off a chain of positive changes, reaching places she never anticipated. The ripple effect begins with intention. Every thought, emotion, and action you project carries energy, and that energy influences the people and circumstances around you. When your intentions are aligned with positivity and purpose, the ripples you create have a far-reaching impact. Like Elena, you may not always see the immediate results of your efforts, but trust that they are unfolding in ways beyond your perception. Now, to consciously harness the ripple effect, start by focusing on the energy you bring to your interactions. Are you contributing positivity, encouragement, and inspiration, or are you unintentionally spreading frustration or doubt? Each interaction, no matter how small, creates ripples that affect the people around you. Elena's willingness to support Liam, even when she doubted her own impact, created waves of change that extended far beyond her classroom. Another way to amplify the ripple effect is by taking aligned action. When your actions reflect your values and goals, they carry a vibrational frequency that resonates with others. Consider the story of Liam. His passion for environmental activism inspired his peers, who in turn inspired their families and communities. Small, consistent actions can snowball into significant outcomes, as the energy of your efforts multiplies through those who are touched by your influence. Gratitude is a powerful tool for strengthening the ripple effect. By focusing on what you're thankful for, you raise your vibration and attract more of what you appreciate. This energy is contagious, encouraging those around you to adopt a similar mindset. Elena began practicing gratitude daily, not only for the opportunity to teach, but for the subtle ways her students inspired her in return. This shift in perspective renewed her passion for her work, further enhancing the positive energy she radiated. Mindfulness is another key to creating meaningful ripples. By staying present, you become more aware of the energy you're projecting and the needs of those around you. Mindfulness allows you to approach situations with intention, ensuring that your actions align with the impact you wish to create. Elena's decision to introduce the community project stemmed from her mindful observation of her students' disengagement. By meeting them where they were and introducing a topic that resonated, she was able to spark a wave of interest and motivation. One of the most inspiring aspects of the ripple effect is its unpredictability. You may never fully know the extent of your influence, as the ripples you create continue to expand long after you've set them in motion. This is both humbling and empowering, a reminder that even small acts of kindness, courage, or creativity can have profound and lasting effects. Elena didn't foresee how her support for Liam would grow into a district-wide initiative, but her willingness to act made it possible. The ripple effect also reinforces the importance of resilience and consistency. Not every action will yield immediate or visible results, and that's okay. Trust that the energy you invest in your intentions is planting seeds that will bloom in time. Elena faced moments of doubt, wondering whether her lessons truly mattered. But her decision to persist and lead with purpose eventually revealed the far-reaching impact of her efforts. As you reflect on the ripple effect, consider the ways your energy and actions influence the world around you. Are you creating ripples that uplift, inspire, and empower others, or are you allowing fear, doubt, or negativity to dictate your impact? The choice is yours, and each day presents an opportunity to create waves of positive change. To harness the ripple effect in your own life, start small. Practice kindness in your daily interactions, set intentions that align with your values, and take consistent action toward your goals. Trust that the energy you invest in these efforts will ripple outward, touching lives in ways you may never fully see. And remember, the impact of your actions is not limited to the present moment. It continues to expand, creating waves of change that shape the future. As Elena's story shows, the ripple effect begins with a single act of intention. The question is, what ripples will you create? How will your energy and actions shape the lives of those around you? And how far will their impact extend? The power to create positive change lies within you, waiting to be set in motion. Chapter 12. The Journey Within. The greatest journey you will ever undertake is the one within. While manifestation often focuses on external achievements, the true essence of creation lies in self-discovery. The journey within is about uncovering who you truly are, aligning with your deepest values, and recognizing that the power to create resides not in external circumstances, but within your own mind and spirit. When you embark on this journey, you unlock the potential to manifest not just goals, but a life of profound purpose and fulfillment. Ethan, a successful entrepreneur, appeared to have everything he could ever want. His business was thriving, his social media portrayed a glamorous lifestyle, and he was constantly praised for his achievements. Yet despite his outward success, Ethan felt an emptiness he couldn't explain. Why does it feel like something is missing? He often wondered. No matter how much he accomplished, the sense of fulfillment he craved remained elusive. One evening, after a long day of meetings and deadlines, Ethan stumbled upon an old journal he had kept during his college years. Flipping through its pages, he was struck by the clarity and passion of his younger self. The Ethan of that time had written extensively about his dreams, not just material goals, but his desire to make a meaningful impact on the world. Somewhere along the way, he had lost touch with those deeper aspirations, consumed by the chase for success as defined by others. The journey within begins with introspection. Like Ethan, you must take the time to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Ask yourself, what truly matters to me? What brings me joy and fulfillment? Often, the answers lie buried beneath layers of societal expectations, fear, and self-doubt. By reconnecting with your inner self, you gain the clarity needed to align your external goals with your core values. To embark on this journey, start by creating space for stillness in your daily life. Ethan began setting aside 15 minutes each morning to meditate, focusing on his breath and allowing his thoughts to settle. This simple practice became a gateway to deeper self-awareness. In the silence, he began to notice the patterns of his mind, the fears that held him back, the ambitions that no longer served him, and the small joys he had overlooked. Journaling is another powerful tool for self-discovery. Ethan started writing again, not about his business or accomplishments, but about his feelings, dreams, and questions. What did he truly want from life? What values did he hold most dear? Through this process, he realized that his deepest aspiration was to mentor young entrepreneurs, helping them navigate the challenges he had faced. This realization reignited his sense of purpose and gave new meaning to his work. The journey within also involves confronting your shadows, the parts of yourself you may have ignored or denied. These shadows often manifest as fears, insecurities, or limiting beliefs. Ethan discovered that much of his drive for success stemmed from a fear of inadequacy, a belief that he had to prove his worth through external achievements. By acknowledging this fear, he was able to release its hold on him, replacing it with a sense of self-worth that was not tied to external validation. As you explore your inner world, you may find that some of your goals no longer align with who you are. This is not a sign of failure, but of growth. Ethan realized that many of his business pursuits, while lucrative, no longer inspired him. He made the bold decision to step back from certain projects, focusing instead on initiatives that aligned with his newfound purpose. This shift, though challenging, brought him a sense of peace and fulfillment he had never experienced before. The journey within is not just about introspection, it's also about action. Once you've gained clarity about your values and desires, the next step is to align your actions with your inner truth. Ethan began mentoring aspiring entrepreneurs, hosting workshops, and sharing his experiences through public speaking. These actions, though outside his comfort zone, felt deeply rewarding because they were aligned with his authentic self. Gratitude is a cornerstone of the journey within. By focusing on what you appreciate about yourself and your life, you cultivate a sense of abundance and fulfillment. Ethan started a gratitude practice, listing 3 things he was thankful for each day. This simple habit helped him shift his focus from what was missing to what was already present, reinforcing his sense of inner peace. Another essential aspect of the journey within is self-compassion. As you uncover your fears, mistakes, and imperfections, it's important to treat yourself with kindness and understanding. Ethan learned to let go of the harsh self-criticism that had driven him for years, replacing it with a gentle acknowledgement of his humanity. This shift allowed him to move forward with confidence and resilience, unburdened by the weight of past judgments. The journey within is a lifelong process, one that requires patience and commitment. There will be moments of doubt, discomfort, and uncertainty, but these are signs of growth. Each step you take brings you closer to your true self, unlocking new levels of awareness and possibility. Ethan's story is a testament to the transformative power of this journey. By turning inward, he not only rediscovered his purpose but also created a life that reflected his deepest values. As you reflect on your own journey, ask yourself, what lies within me that I have yet to discover? What values, dreams, and aspirations have I overlooked? The answers to these questions hold the key to unlocking your true potential. The power to create a life of purpose and fulfillment lies within you, waiting to be uncovered. The question is, are you ready to begin the journey within and discover the limitless potential that resides in your heart and mind?